Hey everyone, today is April 3rd, and welcome to Temperature Check with Jeff. I'm your host, Jeff Lewis. Today I'm really going to wing it. Usually I make a few notes before I do these, but today decided to change topic based on a tweet that I sent earlier, where I basically tweeted that a generation of seed stage founders in Silicon Valley are about to learn that SAFEs, for those who aren't familiar, SAFE stands for Simple Agreement for Future Equity, were in fact the most unsafe way for founders to raise capital for the last number of years. I'm going to tell you why. But first, let's take our temperatures. So do as I do, pull out your home thermometer, stick it in your ear, your mouth, one of those handy laser thermometers I still don't have. Do whatever you got to do. Let's get some temperatures going. Okay, my home thermometer malfunctioned again, and I really want this to just start working seamlessly, but got to deal with it. 96.3, that is pretty good. I hope everyone else has a relatively good temperature. Feel welcome to share your temperatures in the comments if you want. Okay, so first of all, I want to disclose something to everyone. As folks know, I'm a venture capitalist. I run a venture capital firm. And I just want to let everyone know that I'm going to be doing very little, probably no investing for a number of months. So if you're sort of a new person who I don't already know, and you are an entrepreneur who I don't already have a relationship with, that I'm not already working with, or you're someone who wants to do like a networking Zoom who I haven't met before, and you want to do like a get to know you, I'm not interested, for the next number of months. I don't want to connect with you. I don't want to talk with you. We can be friends on Twitter, but basically when things are changing this rapidly in the environment, when the macro is this uncertain, and when you have a health crisis plus an economic, what I believe is going to be a prolonged multi-year economic depression that is going to transcend sectors and geographies, coupled with a sense-making crisis. People are stuck at their homes. They're going nuts. They just want to get out, get back to the bar, have a drink with their buddies, get away from their husbands or wives, and get back to normal. And people don't realize there is not going to be a back to normal. The world will go in a new direction. Things will ultimately, I hope, be okay. But the normal that we all knew, that's not coming back, folks. And until I have a mental model for what the new reality is going to be as it relates to what I do, which is investing in private technology companies, until I have a sense of what the new pricing reality is going to be and what businesses I think are going to work in the new reality we're going to be living in post-COVID outbreak, I don't really want to do much investing. So, I'm going to be jogging. I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be going out on my canoe. I'm going to be roasting some marshmallows. But I'm not going to be doing much investing. So just want to let you all know that every VC who's reaching out to you, they can invest. They can do whatever they want to do. I'm very supportive of lots of VCs investing. I'm not going to be one of them. Which brings me to my first point. There's actually a lot of what my partner Eric Stromberg terms fundraising theater going on in Silicon Valley right now. And what I mean by that is because venture capital firms have scaled up so quickly over the last number of years and raised so much capital, they've had to hire a lot of really junior associates, maybe sometimes they call partners, but they've had to hire a lot of really junior people to justify to limited partners raising ever larger funds. Like you can't raise like a $9.5 billion fund unless you've got like 100 plus investors on the team. So you have to hire a lot of people. Now we're in this crazy uncertain environment, and all of these junior people feel like they should be doing what they were always doing, which is like cold calling companies, outreach, taking pitches. And then the reality is that actually the folks running the firms like me, I think a lot of them are pretty smart. And most of them like me really probably don't really want to make any investments until we figure out what the new normal is. And frankly, I don't want to do any like weird predatory stuff. I don't want to do like cram down stuff unless it's like a company's only option. And until we all sort of can agree on what the price is for early stage technology assets should be in post COVID-19 reality, I'm basically on vacation. If you get a ping from a junior associate, it is likely fundraising theater. Um, and you should probably just not talk to them unless it's like a pre-seed and you have some sort of prehistory with them. For me, if I don't know you already, no point in trying to reach out to me. Okay, with that said, I did a very controversial tweet earlier. This is inside baseball for entrepreneurs. It's not going to be relevant to anyone else. So if you're not an entrepreneur, you should just not stop watching now. And it's about SAFEs, Simple Agreement for Future Equity. So effectively, I said that those are like most likely if you have outstanding SAFEs that haven't converted into your round, most likely you would have been way better off having raised priced financing rounds in lieu of those SAFEs. And I'm going to walk you through a hypothetical example as to why. The only prep I did was preparing a few visual aids. So let me pull out my first visual aid. So this is just the flu testing flow chart. So first you go to the handy Google website where you can tell if you have symptoms. If you do have symptoms, you should not wear a mask. And then you go to the amazing drive-through test. Oh shit, that's totally the wrong flow chart. I'm so sorry. That's the wrong flow chart. Okay, let me get the right flow chart. I picked up the wrong flow chart there. Just completely disorganized here. Okay, let's walk through the hypothetical example. That was my attempt at a joke, but clearly not landing. So let me walk through a hypothetical example. Let's say you're an entrepreneur and you founded a company in late 2018. Let's say this company was called or is called Roast, okay? Roast, good name, kind of a cool name. And it's a restaurant POS system, a restaurant point of sale system. And let's say the founder of this company, I don't know what his name is, but let's say the founder of this company, his mom owned a national chain of 1,000 highly regarded Chinese, Italian fusion, fast casual restaurants across the country. So this founder, was like, great, I can probably get my mom's company to like install this restaurant POS in all our restaurants. It's going to be awesome. And so he applied with this pitch to a really highly prestigious accelerator program that, I can't remember what it might be called, but it's a really prestigious accelerator. And he gave a great demo with his co-founder at their demo day and had seed investors clamoring to invest. And there was an offer from his mom to invest because mom's really rich. She owned like 1,000 of these fast casual restaurants. So his mom was like, I'll invest with like these terms. And then he had a VC firm, a seed VC firm that offered him different terms. And he considered two options. Let's walk through the first option that he ended up taking from the VC firm. Here is the handy flow chart. Okay, so this first option was that after demo day, and this is the option the entrepreneur took, he took a $1 million investment from the VC firm on a safe with a $10 million cap. Now, the reason I've written this out and walking through it is people were tweeting at me that they did not understand what I was talking about. Venture capitalists, entrepreneurs, to me, this is very basic math. So I'm gonna explain it. So scenario one, initial round of investment, $1 million on a safe with a $10 million cap, no discount. Next step, the entrepreneur launched the business. That was a pre-launch safe, launched the business. And sure enough, his mom had all of the managers and all of the franchisees of her 1,000 Chinese Italian fusion restaurants install the restaurant POS system in mid 2019. And business was booming. Their ARR went from like 0 to like 15 million. And so then another VC firm was like, well, we have to invest in Roast. This is like the next Square or the next Stripe. So they then came in and did an uncapped safe. They did a $1 million safe, which basically means that $1 million uncapped safe would convert into the financing round at like whatever price the financing round was at with no discount because they just want to get into the company. And then everything was going well. Company had a ton of revenue. They had raised these $2 million worth of safes. And then all of a sudden, a few months ago, like the business at this incredible chain of Chinese Italian fusion restaurants, which was the sole customer that Roast had, went from 95% occupancy to 0% occupancy. And so the entrepreneur's mom called and said, hey, we can't use your restaurant POS system anymore. And revenue went to zero, where it remains. Well, the company, of course, had like 50 employees on payroll and had a lot of fixed costs, such as an office lease in a shiny new office building in downtown San Francisco and a 1-year subscription to like weird snack delivery services for their employees to keep them happy. And basically, a week and a half ago was like, shit, we're about to run out of money. And so their only option is to raise a priced round of $1 million, a priced round, not a safe, of $1 million at a $5 million post-money valuation. With this priced round, all of their prior safes, those two $1 million safes, the way a safe works, those safes are going to convert into this priced round at the $5 million post-money valuation. That equals 60% dilution for this founder, forgetting about option pool stuff, 60% dilution for $3 million in capital because of the safes. The assumption for the safes was that the priced round would be at some crazy high valuation. The previous two VC firms wrongly assumed that there was going to be some really high future financing round price. And so the entrepreneur assumed there would be like almost no dilution from raising these safes. And in fact, whereas the investors thought the safes were unsafe for them, but they were willing to take the risk because Roast was such an awesome company, it turned out the safe was unsafe for the investors. Now, if the entrepreneur had just listened to his mom, he would have been fine. It would have been totally fine to just listen to his mom. So his mom said to him, hey, sweetheart, I'll take this down for a second. His mom said to him, hey, sweetheart, I really want to invest in your business. I have a lot of money. I'm a self-made multimillionaire restaurateur. And so after he graduated from the accelerator, said, I can't invest unless I know what the price I'm investing in. I don't understand this concept of a safe. We don't have concepts like that at real businesses. So I'll give you money. I'll give you $1 million out of our family savings account at a $10 million post-money valuation as a pre-seed. Now, if the entrepreneur had done this, he would have had 10% dilution that would have happened at that time, back in late 2018, 10% dilution for that first priced seed round that his mom did. Then, after he launched the POS system in his mom's restaurant, the VC firms would have still come clamoring, like begging to invest. And so we would have been able to raise a second tranche of seed fundraising at a super high valuation. So let's say like 40 million for another $1 million at a 40 million valuation as a priced second seed round of financing. For that round, you would have only had 2.5% dilution to the company. 2.5% dilution plus 1% dilution for the $2 million pre-COVID-19. That is a total, for those of you who have trouble with math, that is a total of 12.5% dilution. Then post-crisis, with the desperation round, he would have still gone back to the VC and said, shit, we're about to run out of money. We're totally screwed. And the VC would have said, okay, well, obviously we can't pay $40 million for a business that's effectively worth zero because business is dried up. And by the way, we don't think people are going back to restaurants for at least 8 months or something like that. So you would have been able to then still get the 1 million at 5 million, same as in scenario one, for 20% dilution, for a total of 32, sorry, I can't really read and see this at the same time, 32.5% dilution through doing priced seed rounds instead of 60% dilution with doing the safes. Okay, so look at these flow charts. The safes are only safe for entrepreneurs in a world where everything is going up and to the right and everything is working. We are not in that world anymore. We are in this world. We are in the world of flow charts, of drive-through testing sites, and conflicting advice on whether to wear masks or not, and people dying, and it's just crazy. We're in crazy world. So safes are unsafe. Fundraising theater, don't waste time with fundraising theater. I'm taking a vacation from investing for a while, unless you're already in my portfolio or we're already talking about a deal. My temperature is in the mid 60s. All is well. It's April 3rd. Peace out. What's your temperature?